Hello, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, Earthlings on planet Earth, wherever you may be, and we are all dying to see what Catherine is going to wear at the Earthshot Awards. I'd actually like to start by saying I love the royal family, but they are terrible, in my opinion, at telling us what time something's going to happen, what time they're going to arrive. So they sometimes change the dates, and they could easily go live, couldn't they? So I don't know with the time difference in Boston. I thought it was going to be 2 in the afternoon Boston time, which would have been, I think, 8 o'clock our time in Spain. 7. So I know I'm bad for it on lives, but it would be really, really nice if they build it and gave us a time, or maybe it's for security reasons. I don't know. Anyway, I thought I'd get that gripe out of the way. Just can't wait to see what Catherine is going to wear. Now, the video I'm doing tonight is really prompted by Omid Scobie, and if you are watching this, Omid, I will talk directly to you, because I did see that you tweeted that your article had been held up in the legal department, which you said is not abnormal, but it was just stuck there a little longer than usual. I haven't read the entire article. I got about halfway through and I couldn't finish it because it's really nasty, Omid, actually. Really nasty. You talk about how there were witnesses to the Lady Hussey event and that we should just accept it, that's it, trial, kangaroo court. In that instance, Omid, I would say directly to you, well, perhaps we should just convict Meghan for the alleged bullying. Never mind, and there has actually been an inquiry which the palace have kept quiet to protect Meghan. At least she had an inquiry. People asked questions. People wanted to assert facts. You would deny Lady Hussey that. You would prefer a kangaroo court. And, excuse me, wasn't it last week or the week before that you were going on and on and on about dubious jewels in the royal jewels? And you did that when they were giving a state banquet for the president of South Africa, just to stir the shit. That's how it comes across, Omid. You're just stirring the shit. You've dropped the gemstone thing. Now, if you had conviction, if that was something you really believed in, you would still be writing about that this week. But no, you've dropped that because now you want to talk about something else. And I would not deny Meghan a fair hearing any more than I would Lady Susan Hussey or anybody else. Nobody should be on the receiving end of poor justice, of kangaroo courts, of witch hunts. Nobody. Not Meghan, not anybody else, not Harry. So why are you advocating that because there were a couple of witnesses who, I don't even know the witnesses' names, but I believe they may have been friends of Ngazi? I don't know. That's the problem. I don't know. And you tweet and say that people, presumably like me, have been doing gymnastics and lying and twisting to try and diss this allegation of racism. Not at all. And I've said that in several videos. If Lady Hussey was weird in the way she made Ngozi feel uncomfortable, and that can be proved and that it can be examined without a kangaroo court, then so be it. But it cannot be, Omid, that you choose a kangaroo court for one and not another. So there's my rant about Omid Scobie. Ellie Hall, I see, equally is writing articles saying that Meghan has never mentioned the word privacy. Well, maybe I'm going mad, but I'm pretty certain from the engagement interview. I mean, when Harry was talking about the mutual friend who set them up on a blind date, Meghan kind of smacked him a little bit. Oh, we should protect her privacy. Her privacy. From Dot, she was talking about privacy, Ellie. What are you talking about? That it was our British press. And I can't believe it, I'm the last person on earth who would defend the British press. You only have to go back and look at my archaic Facebook page. I've hated the Daily Express, I've hated the Daily Mail, I've hated the Sun, for all different reasons. The Daily Express, because they supported Brexit. Well, all three of these papers did, but that was the main one. The Sun, Hillsborough, the Daily Mail, picking on me and my family. You know, Ellie, I am not a fan of the British press. I'm sorry if that's inconvenient for you, but I am going to defend them on this because they didn't build the narrative of the privacy. They didn't. You can't start twisting it. But interestingly enough, and I'll come to the third point before I come to the sort of the summing up of the way I see it going down. I watched the Duchess and R. Sussex video. I love her videos. I really love her videos. And she's got her finger on the pulse, I think, as does the lovely Sue Smith and a lot of the other YouTubers. But I watched Blair's video tonight, really saying, you know, it's not a big deal that Americans, the American population are not falling for Meghan and Harry. And I don't believe they are. Why would they? I mean, it's quite insulting, actually, to say all Americans are gonna fall for this. Now, yes, they will have their supporters, and why not? Why not? There's got to be balance. But it's not the devastating situation that I think some people are really frightened of on this side of the Atlantic. And Catherine, I watched her at Harvard today, and I haven't seen crowds like that cheering since Princess Diana. So the beautiful Catherine. So to sum the whole thing up, the dropping of the trailer, the reason that I can't speak for anyone else, but the reason I don't like Meghan is because I see a nasty, nasty side to her character. She is a bizarre creature. She is so full of anger and jealousy, in my opinion. The green-eyed monster, she will stop at nothing. And the dropping of that trailer may not have been her decision, but it was her decision to participate in the Netflix documentary in the first place. I think the decision to drop it, and then Omid subsequently tweeting, this is your half-time film, if that's Williams' Super Bowl. All you've done, Omid, all Meghan and Harry have done, all that camp have done, is just confirm what us Megxiteers on YouTube have been trying to explain to everybody for a very long time. That we could see through the bullshit. That's a bitchy move to drop that Netflix trailer, and one of the reasons I laughed was because I knew that's how people would see it. That's exactly. They have displayed themselves for what they are, and they continue to display themselves for what they are through their actions. Who the hell needs Megxiteer channels? Who needs enemies with friends like that? So I leave it up to the public jury with several questions. Why should Lady Hussey or anybody else be denied a fair hearing to establish facts when Meghan is offered that? Why the rest denied? You can't have it both ways, Omid. And I personally wouldn't have it both ways. If it were Meghan, believe me, if it were Meghan and she was being accused of something really serious, I would say, I want to hear facts, I want to hear witnesses, I want to hear what everybody's got to say. Hold your horses, everybody. I would defend her just as much as anybody else because I know what it's like to be on the receiving end of it. So, Omid, what the hell are you talking about? Give it in. It seems to me like the henchmen have been rounded up because she and her PR know there's massive backlash coming. And I believe there is massive backlash coming from this Netflix show. Final thing, confession. I forgot to cancel Netflix. I've been so busy, and we have another little crisis going on at another DIY project, so the tiara has been put on hold. So as I've got Netflix, yes, I will watch the Harry and Meghan show, and I will report back to you what I see. Thank you very much for listening, and I will be intrigued to hear your comments below. And please do try and keep it nice for Omid Adet and Ellie and Meghan and Harry. You know, let's. Well, you always do, actually. You always do. I've never seen a really nasty, vicious comment. I've certainly never, ever, ever seen any racism in the comments. And if I ever did, it would be deleted, blocked and reported. So I love to hear from you intellectual people. And Omid, Why don't you comment yourself and tell me, so when did you lose your interest in the dubious connections of our crown jewels? Because you were really keen on that last week when the South African president was here. Are you a man of conviction? Man or mouse? You decide.